We are going to talk about applying systems of equations. Going to shout out to my fourth period. Oh. All right. Let's look at how to apply systems of equations. We're dealing with word problems. So it is best to use each strategy to solve a system when graphing. You are going to have equations written in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept is whenever it's from y equals mx plus b. Substitution and elimination is something that we're going to learn later. So what we are going to focus on, I'm just going to mark these out for now. Honors, we did these, so you can look back at your notes on how to do substitution and elimination. But what we are going to do is focus mainly on matrix. So we have, you're either going to solve by graphing or solve by matrix. And the way you solve by matrix is whenever your equations are written in standard form. So remember, standard form is where it's ax plus by equals c. But either way you solve it, whether you're graphing and finding the intersection or matrix and finding your two unknown variables, you will still get the same solution. So however, each strategy will produce the same solution. So let's go ahead and open it up. So let's look at number 1. Everybody's on number 1? Looking at it? Okay. 2 times the number x plus the number y equals -4. 3 times the number minus y equals -1. Seems like a mouthful. So let's look. 2 times the number. How do we write 2 times the number? X. Yep, 2x. Okay, and then plus the number y. We'll just write plus y, right? Equals -4. So we'll put that together on one line and say 2x plus y equals -4. The next one, 3 times a number minus y equals -1. How do we do 3 times a number minus y? 3x minus y. And then equals -1. Put it together on one line, 3x minus y equals -1. So how are these written? They're in standard form, that's right. Good job. So if it's in standard form, how should we solve this? What did we say over here? Matrix. Yeah, we're just going to use matrix to solve it. So let's look. Instead of substitution elimination, we're going to write matrix. And we are going to write these down again so that we can transfer it into a matrix. So this will be written as 2, 1, -4. and 3, negative 1, negative 1. We're going to use the calculator, REF, and our matrix. To find our solution. So I want everybody to do it. It's good practice so that you know how to do it whenever there's a test over it. Can't use notes. Nope. So it comes out 1, 0, negative 1, 0, 1, negative 2. So remember the order that we put these in originally, X, Y. So that means this is X and Y. So X is equal to negative 1 because it's like 1X plus 0Y equals negative 1. So X equals negative 1. And then 0X plus 1Y equals negative 2. So that means Y equals negative 2. So a way to write this as a solution would be as a coordinate, negative 1, negative 2, or in words, X equals negative 1 and Y equals negative 2. And so the reason we'd want to do that is because it was originally written as a word problem, so our answer needs to be written in words. Okay, before we knew matrix, we solved this by graphing it, right? Putting in Y equals and graphing it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Just for practice, in case you forget the steps to matrix, you can always revert back to putting into Y equals. So we have 2X plus Y equals negative 4. In order to put it into Y equals, I need to solve it for Y. I'm going to subtract 2X. Negative 2X minus 4, good. So we're going to go ahead and graph that. So we're going to graph it on paper, and then if we need to, we can graph it in our calculator. So negative 4 is our y-intercept, and then down 2 over 1, but instead of going down to right 1, we go up to left 1. Up to left 1. Up to left 1, because it has to be a negative slope, because that's negative. Okay, get a ruler and make that line. Okay, and then the other one is 3x minus y equals negative 1. You can solve that for y also. So we need to do minus 3x, negative y equals negative 3x minus 1. But when we graph it, it should not be negative x equals. It should be, negative y equals. It should be y equals. Divided by negative 1 all the way through plus u. Negative over negative is positive. Negative 1 over negative 1 is positive. So plot our y-intercept, which is at +1. And it's a +3 slope. So that means I need to go up 3 over 1. Yep, you can go down 3, left 1, down 3, left 1. And whenever we graph, we're looking for the intersection. Intersects right here. And is that the same as our answer that we found earlier? -1, -2? Yep. So you see, either way you do it, whether you're graphing or using a matrix, you'll still come out with the same answer. So if you're unsure of your answer, then try it the other way and see if you get the same thing. Okay, I'm going to help you set up the equation for this. It says an online music app costs $1 and each song download costs $3. Second app costs $5 but is only 50 cents per song downloaded. Which app is more affordable? Looking at it, what do y'all think? Okay, so we're kind of split. So let's look at the first one. You think the second one's cheaper? Okay. So we have, it costs $1 and each song download is $3. Remember how we used to write our, we could write it like this, where M was your rate, B is your beginning amount or your fee. We're going to do that with here. We're going to refer back to that. So Y equals, what's the rate per song? On this one, $3 per song. So 3x, and then plus just downloading the app. And then the other one is $5 to buy, but it's only 50 cents per song. What's the rate? 50 cents. And then it costs $5. So we need to graph this. Y equals 3x plus 1. So x is your number of songs. So I'm going to put that here. Number of songs downloaded. And your y is how much it costs. So I'm going to put total cost. See how it's only quadrant 1? And that's because number of songs downloaded will only be positive numbers, and total cost will only be positive. We're going to graph it. Y equals 3x plus 1. We're going to go up to 1, right? Then go up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. And then your rate here is, well, it starts with 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then your rate is 50 cents per one. If it's 50 cents per one, what's a rate that doesn't include a decimal? Up 1 over 2? Yeah. Up 1 over 2? Yeah. That's a better deal. Up there. So the one that rises slower is actually the better deal. Hold on, just wait. Your assignment is to do just any other 2. And go ahead and finish this one out. We've pretty much found it, but you're going to need to finish it. Just do 2.